In 2019, we stepped into the oldest house and learned that reality is a lot thinner than we thought. We threw desks with our minds, spoke to a board of extra-dimensional pyramids, and became the director of a bureau that doesn't officially exist. But for years, the question remained, what happens when the bureau can no longer contain the chaos? Today, we're diving into everything we know about Control, Resonant, the high-octane, reality-shattering sequel that is taking the Remedy-connected universe to the streets of New York. The first thing you need to know, we are out of the office. While the original Control was a Metroidvania, set entirely within the brutalist labyrinth of the oldest house, Control, Resonant breaks the seal. The game is set in a warped Manhattan. Following the events of the first game, a paranatural breach has bled out into the city. We're looking at large, distinct open zones rather than one continuous open world. Think of it as a hub-and-spoke design on steroids. One moment you're in a subway tunnel, the next you're climbing a building where the walls have become the floor. Remedy is calling it open-ended, leaning heavily into exploration and side activities that flesh out this urban nightmare. In a massive narrative shift, Jesse Faden is stepping back, at least from the playable spotlight. In Resonant, you play as Dylan Faden, Jesse's brother. Last we saw him, Dylan was in a coma after the Hiss invasion. Now he's awake, and he's the FBC's primary weapon against a new cosmic entity. But don't worry, Jesse hasn't vanished. She is now the established director, acting as a mentor and a beacon while Dylan navigates the front lines. The story is a search for humanity. Dylan is fighting to keep his mind intact while wielding the very powers that once nearly destroyed him. If the first game was a supernatural shooter, Resonant is a supernatural action RPG. The service weapon is gone, replaced by the Aberrant. This is a shape-shifting melee weapon that defines Dylan's playstyle. We've seen it transform into a massive hammer, twin blades, a scythe, and even heavy fists for close-quarters brutality. The combat is faster and more aggressive. Critics are already calling it devil-may control. You'll be juggling enemies in the air, using gravity anomalies to flip your orientation mid-fight, and using an ability called Reach to zip across the skyline. Progression has also evolved. By defeating Resonance, powerful, corrupted bosses who were once human, Dylan absorbs their traits, unlocking new skill trees and weapon forms. It's a loop designed for deep customization. Running on an upgraded version of the Northlight engine, Control, Resonant is pushing visual boundaries. We're talking full path tracing, realistic bounce lighting, and physics that allow for architectural folding. When a building twists, the shadows and light react in real time. It's scheduled to launch in 2026 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and, interestingly, Mac. Why isn't it just called Control 2? Remedy wants this to be a jumping-in point. While it's a direct sequel, the subtitle Resonant signals a shift in genre and scale. It's an invitation to new players while promising veteran fans a deeper look into the Remedy-verse and the origins of the Resonance itself.